Catalina Elliott. I'm from Chile. Right now I'm living in Canada, and I'm studying the shoe one-year diploma at Arsutoria online, except for now I'm doing the sneaker module, so that's why I'm at the school. I love it. I studied fashion and costume design in Canada, and I graduated. It was like a 3-year program, and by chance I landed in this company that they make the costumes for like Cirque du Soleil, Royal Caribbean, Disney, like the parades, like when you go to Disneyland, the costumes that they're wearing. So they had the costume sector, they had the shoe workshop, and they had the hat making workshop for accessories and really big things like wings and other things. But as I was studying costume, I realized, wow, shoes are really interesting. And for me, I've always been making art. I've always been making like sculptures and paintings. And I kind of went into fashion because I'm like, okay, it's more like still artistic path, but still able to find like a job, and it's translated into like utility wear. So I really like that. And then suddenly in this company, I was like, wow, shoes. And I started seeing machines, and you know, they were doing like ballerina shoes for even some ballets in Montreal. I'm based in Montreal in Canada. And it was fantastic, like even tap shoes they were doing. And so I arrived there and I was like, can I join the team? I started as a seamstress. So they would bring me the packages and I would read the instructions, and sewing on leather. I had never had the experience before because my school was a bit trying not to get into leather or fur. It was very international based, so I didn't want to offend anyone. But so then I was practicing there, making leather, and shoes fantastic, and doing lycra too for, you know, underwater spectacles that we would have to do, or even people who dance with fire. It was amazing. And eventually, I stayed long enough in the company that I became the pattern maker. Due to COVID, many people left, so then I had to fill many spots there. I would oversee like the sample making and revising some prototypes that were made in-house at Cirque du Soleil or even Disney. They try to get really creative with some new projects. But I found that because I was just jumping on from experience and like the learning, like just day by day, I was basing my patterns off what I had learned in fashion, and it was not the same. So it worked because we were a very small team and we were all supporting each other, but I felt like I needed more of a professional, I don't know, technique to continue my pattern making. I remember the first week of doing women's pumps, because I remember for Disney we had to do like a Cinderella pump. And just, they would teach me things that I remember when I was doing my prototypes, the shoe wouldn't like stick to the last, it would like float. And my team was amazing, so they were, you know, putting extra nails here and there to make it go down. But I'm like, if we have to do a production of 200 pairs, it's not gonna work. Now I know it's, you know, it's the springing point and many other technical details that Arsutoria has just invented or made perfect. And yeah, for sure now if I do a pump, before I used to do like maybe 7 samples per size to try to get the right fit. And now maybe in 2 samples will be perfect. And also just like they teach you the way of making prototypes with paper. And for me, that's amazing because then you save time on stitching, you save, you get like actually the perfect shape of the shoe. Meanwhile, like for me, I was always cutting, then sewing, and then trying it. But then if you're not trying on the real leather, it doesn't really look good. And trying on the real leather like 7 times is very expensive. So then it's fantastic. Like they really have the formula. It's great. I'm really happy I was able to have the opportunity to come here to do just as I'm doing, the online, but I'm coming for the sneakers module solely. And it's the best decision I've ever taken because I can get to use the strobe machine. They teach me how to contour like the toe box and the heel, and just seeing all these machines live and you actually get to use them is the best. Because like for me, I have a background already making the shoes, so for me, and I just needed to see it and feel it, and yeah, it's like my brain has opened way more than just online.